Well, Cenk, we actually have a few wild stories straight out of Montana. And let's start with 27-year-old Matthew Otto. He's from Montana, and he's facing up to life in prison after a jury found him guilty of criminal distribution of dangerous drugs. But get this, his dangerous drugs was 3 grams of medical marijuana, and the distribution was him sharing his pot with 2 of his friends. Montana law defines any distribution as a felony that carries a possible life sentence. The man hasn't been sentenced yet, and his public defender is calling this case, quote, a puff of smoke.
Now, look, they passed it inside a car, so that's stupid, right? And they were driving the car. He wasn't driving, the guy who got charged, right? But there's also a $50,000 fine, and he has a medical permit to actually have the marijuana. Life in prison and $50,000? Doesn't that seem crazy?
It does seem crazy, and when you really look at the big picture, in Montana, if you are found guilty of sexual assault and it's your first offense, you pay a $500 fine, and you face a whopping 6 months in prison.
I mean, how does that make any sense? And I know that story. It turns out if you have 3 sexual assaults, you might get up to 5 years. But you can get life for smoking a little bit of pot? Look, I don't smoke pot, but this is insanity. This is madness. It's not even reefer madness. All right, but
I mean, it shows you where our priorities are. I mean, really, you think that someone who's found guilty of sexual assault doesn't deserve a stricter sentence, but someone who's caught with 3 grams, 3 grams is such a tiny amount, that person deserves life in prison, potentially life in prison?
I don't even know how small that is because I don't smoke pot. But I mean, come on, this is crazy.